So we got married. We winded up going down to the Justice of the Peace, downtown Brooklyn, to the courthouse and filling out the marriage application and providing our birth certificates, social security cards. I had a driver's license at the time, so and we got married April 24th of 1996. We got married. Um, and my mother came down to the courthouse with us. Um, I still don't really know why, because she was totally against me getting married. She was totally against me going to the military. I felt, and to a certain degree by her actions, she was against um, my wife having a child, although she never said y'all shouldn't have this child or go terminate the pregnancy or anything like that. It just was the whole vibe was off. The whole vibe was off. It wasn't welcoming at all. It just wasn't welcoming. And so she came and she was the witness to us getting married and signed on the application as the witness or whatever have you. And we got married. Me and my wife, we got married. And we got married. I remember us getting married with these rings. She was probably more copper than they were gold. They used to have this uh, thing downtown Brooklyn. It's called like the Bargain Bazaar, right? It was so many things that it was. I remember when I was little, it was Woolworths, but it was the Bargain Bazaar at this time in the 90s. It was just like a mini mall inside of the strip mall, and known for selling various levels of knockoff everything. Facts. And I remember I got the rings from like no, I got the rings from across the street from the Bargain Bazaar. We was going to get the ring from the Bargain Bazaar. I remember that, and my wife didn't like it. She wasn't going for it, and so we winded up going like across the street and getting a ring. No, you know what? We actually did. We did get the ring from the Bargain Bazaar. We got the ring from the Bargain Bazaar. It was a cheap ring. That's the ring we got married in. We wound up going back downtown maybe a week or two later and getting her another ring because my aunt had gave us $100. One of my aunts gave us $100 as a wedding gift, and so we took the $100 and we took the rings that we had and we went down to a jewelry store and we kind of upgraded the ring. And I think we got a ring for a couple of $100, but it was a way better ring and it looked really nice and stuff like that. And so we went back downtown and we got that ring, and that's how she got the other ring. If my memory serves me correctly. And yeah, so I went to basic training, and it was tough. It was different. I had never experienced anything like basic training before, physically or mentally. Even emotionally. I mean, they check your emotions. You got to check your emotions at the gate and understand that what you are going through and what you're about to go through is a lot different. And it's not about disrespecting you. It's about instilling respect in you. Sometimes that may be instilling a certain level of respect for you to hold for yourself. Definitely for you to have respect for others, because so many people come from so many different walks of life and so many different places and have so many different ideologies about what life is. But it does teach you respect. It teaches you discipline, how to be disciplined, physically, mentally, emotionally, how to be disciplined. again, check your emotions. This is not personal. All right. This is about getting the mission accomplished. This is about doing something um, that's far bigger than your attitude at the moment. It teaches you that discipline. It teaches you that discipline on doing the right thing when nobody is looking. That's a big thing in the military that we say. Do the right thing when nobody is looking. You're doing the right thing when nobody is looking. You ain't got to worry about nobody looking at you because you're doing the right thing. So it taught me a lot of things about myself. First and foremost, that I could make it through 8.5 weeks of basic training, that I could take my body that was not used to running 4 and 5 miles a day, take my body that wasn't used to carrying 45 pounds of gear on my back through the woods for 12 miles with an assault rifle in my hand. Take my body who to wear a uniform with combat boots all day, 24/7, pretty much, walking everywhere in the Oklahoma heat, where it's never less than 90 degrees at no point in the summertime, and get through that, and just teach me different things that if I'd have stayed in Brooklyn, I wouldn't have never been exposed to. So the transition period was definitely a challenging one for me. Getting there, not being physically strong, not being in shape, not being used to the level of scrutiny that I was getting for my own individual actions. Something I fell in and let the whole team down. And the one thing you don't want to be when you're in basic training and you're going through squad activities, you don't want to be the weakest link. You don't want to be the weakest link in a run, make you have to circle back and wait for someone. You just don't want to be the weakest link. And so the basic training taught me a lot of things about myself. And my wife and my sister, one over me and the one younger than me, came to watch me graduate and spent a couple of days with me after my graduation from basic training. I think it was 4 days, maybe. I think I had maybe 5 days. I had it was 4 days over a weekend that I had before I shipped off to advanced individual training, which was in Fort Bliss, El Paso, Texas. My sisters and my wife, who is now 7 months pregnant, 6 or 7 months pregnant. They came and see me in Fort Sill to graduate from basic training. And that was uplifting. I hadn't seen anybody in 2 months. And so now I have some family here on the ground with me, watching me make one of the biggest accomplishments that I had ever made in my life at that point. Outside of graduating from high school, that was the second biggest thing I had done at that point at 19.